Okay. All right, guys. So today we are talking about the Conquer Chaos Challenge. If you are joining us here on Instagram, make sure that you are registered so that you can grab the replays. The replays on Instagram are only going to be up for a couple days, but they will be up and available to everyone who is registered for a few weeks after the challenge is over. And you have to be registered in order to win our giveaway at the end of this. So make sure that you are registered so you can be entered to win that giveaway, which we'll get into a little bit later. I am going to start sharing my screen on Facebook. So again, if you're here on Instagram and you are a visual learner, you are someone who knows that you do better with some things that you can see to follow along, make sure that you register so that you can get the link to join us in the Facebook group. So now that we are here on Instagram and on Facebook, let me start to share my screen and get us right into the content for today. All right, this over here, got to move some stuff around because you know how it goes when you're going live, when you're sharing screens, when you're doing Zoom, it's always the technology in the background. And I want to make sure that you guys have all the information that you need. Okay, so we are going to share our screen. All right, guys, am I sharing the right part of my screen? Let me know. Let me know. Let me do it one more time. Okay. We are here. I promise we are here. Okay. Ready for the Conquer Chaos Challenge. So the Conquer Chaos Challenge is the brainchild, or it was birthed out of so many people coming to me telling me that they have been overwhelmed, anxious, stressed out, and they feel like their business is in complete chaos. Now, I've heard it from people who have been in business for 10 years, people who have been in business for 2 weeks, people who have been in business for 2 hours, right? I just don't know where to start. I don't know where to place my focus, and everything feels like a tornado running around in my brain. And so I created the Conquer Chaos Challenge, which is going to be a 3-day challenge to help you overcome that overwhelm, overcome that anxiety, kill that stress, beat that burnout, and build your business like a well-oiled machine so that you can do everything that you need to do to unlock financial freedom and time freedom through the businesses that you have created. All right. How does that sound? Let me know how that sounds in the chat. Let me know how that sounds on Instagram and on Facebook. Okay. And so what we'll be covering today, which is day 1 of the challenge, is we're going to go over the challenge overview. We're going to start looking at the root of the chaos in your business. So how did it get here? How did I start? Remember, today is called How Did I Get Here? And so we're going to be looking at the root of the chaos in your business. We're going to start to talk about what my experience is in this realm so you can understand why I'm an authority in this space, why I'm so excited to offer this to you guys, and why it is that this is the passion of my life. We're going to talk about why your attempts to fix the chaos in your business have failed in the past. What are some of the things that you have worked on that didn't last? What are some of the things that you thought you were going to implement that you didn't stick to? We're going to start to look at how you did that work and why it didn't succeed. And then we're going to look at the one missing item that you are overlooking that is going to set you up for success in your business. Now, let's set some ground rules to understand why we're here, what your expectations are, and how to make this the most impactful experience for you guys who are here with us live. So this is the right place for you if you are an impact-driven entrepreneur. That means you identify as a person who helps other people. You're not just in business for the sake of running business. You are in business for a greater purpose. This is the right place for you if you want big change in your business. So if you know that there's a better way to get this work done, if you know that you are called to a higher level, but the current level that you're at makes you feel stuck, but you know that there's something bigger on its way to you. You know that you're in the right place, and you know that you're meant for more. So you can accept that you were designed for a greater purpose, that God placed you in position to serve others, and that you are meant to have an impact on this world. And you know you're in the right place if you are ready to build a life of total freedom. So you will no longer be a slave to the business that you create. You will no longer be a slave to the 9 to 5 and the 5 to 9. You will be able to set up your business so that you are running like a well-oiled machine to unlock the door to passive income, unlock the door to time freedom, unlock the door to financial freedom, so that the business that you started is actually the business that you desire. Okay? How does that sound, guys? Does that sound like something that everybody is excited about, everybody's interested in? All right. So now I got to make sure that you know that you're not in the right place if you fall into some of these other criteria. So you are not in the right place if you are in business to make a quick buck without helping anybody. Now, there's no issue with starting a business just to make money, but this space specifically is for impact-driven entrepreneurs. This space is for the people who are here to impact lives, to change the world, to change their industry, to change perspectives, and to do so through their business. So if you are here just to kind of make money, but you're not here to help others along the way, then this is not the place for you. This is not the place for you if you're not ready to accept your role and change. So if you want to play the victim, if you don't want to acknowledge that it is your job to fix this, right? You are the CEO of your company, you started your company, and it's on you to make sure it's running well. If you don't believe that, this is not the place for you, because I'm not here to convince you that your role as CEO is to lead. I'm here to show you how to lead well, okay? This is not for you if you want to keep hustling to prove your worth and to earn your success, right? Success is a grace and a mercy freely given from God. It is not something that you could hustle your way to, work your way to, or convince your way to. Success is something that is given from the Lord. Success is something that we have to step into our purpose to achieve. And if you want to continue to hustle for validation, if you want to continue to be the clout CEO, which we'll get into later, if you want to continue to go and operate in your stress addiction, so you're really just working to kind of stay in that zone of feeling stressed out and feeling burnt out because it gives you a little jitter, right? And if you want to attach your worth and your worthiness as a human being to how much you get done in the day, if that's what y'all want to do, this is not the place for you, right? It's absolutely not going to be the place for you. You're not going to hear the things that you want to hear. And then lastly, this place is not for you if you are fine taking L's. Right? If you know that you don't want to win, if you're here just to kind of be mediocre and kind of just skirt through life, this is not for you, right? If you're ready to feel constantly stressed, if you know that you're not really concerned about hitting your full potential, I would say leave now, right? Because we are here for the people who are really ready to step into that next level, who are really ready to take on new responsibilities and step into their fullest purpose as entrepreneurs, all right? So now let me set some ground rules for what your expectations are for you who are here with us live during the session. So I want you to be open and honest about everything that you're experiencing. I want you to understand that I'm not here to attack you. I'm not here to diminish what you've already done. I'm here to help you improve your processes. So if you are open-minded and you are honest with yourself about how things are running, it's going to be incredibly impactful for you. Rule number 2 is talk back to me. Hey, Angela. Hey, Taylor. Hey, Sierra. Hey, everyone who is here. Let me know that you're here. Talk back to me. Talk to each other. Remember that this is always going to be a place of connection. So make sure you are here and you're interacting. Let me know what's standing out for you. Let me know what's sticking out for you. What's important to you. The next thing is going to be to do the homework. I'm going to give you guys homework every single day. It's going to be easy homework. Simple homework. I don't know how easy it'll be because it is going to require you to be honest with yourself, to be open, like we talked about in point number 1. But do the homework, because in doing the homework, it reinforces everything that you learn within our sessions, and it really helps you take it to the next level to dive deeply into your business specifically. Go back and review each day. So make sure you're watching the replays, because there's going to be things that you missed the first time. There's absolutely going to be things that you missed the first time. I'll let you know that I go back and watch my replays because God put stuff on me that wasn't in my notes that I have to go back and watch. So make sure that you are watching the replays. And of course, remember to connect with one another. Interact in the chat. Say hi to everybody. Hey, Tamar, say hi to everybody. Let them know who you are and what you do so that you can grow your network of like-minded business owners who are dedicated to working well, who are dedicated to getting the work done and to being the change they want to see in the world. All right. All right. So now that we are here with all of our expectations set, everybody knows they're in the right place. Everybody's excited to keep going. Let's talk about what we're going to go over through every day of the challenge. So our daily breakdown is that we're meeting today on Tuesday. We're going to come back on Thursday, and then we're going to meet next week on Monday. I wanted to give you guys some time to really digest everything that I'm going through over the course of the challenge. Y'all see how fast I talk. Y'all see how high my energy is. And I want to make sure that you guys have the time to really fully digest all of the information that's coming your way. So today, Tuesday, we are talking about how did I get here? How did I get into this place of feeling overwhelmed and overburdened in the first place? How did my calendar get out of control? How did all of these tasks get on my to-do list? How did I really get myself on what I like to call the roller coaster of chaos? Okay, we'll go into that a little bit later. And it really is breaking down the practices that you're doing to help you go beyond the clout CEO into the effective entrepreneur. Then on Thursday, when we come back, we're going to be talking about how do I fix this? So I recognize how I got here. I recognize that I'm on the roller coaster of chaos, or I may be getting off, but I need some additional help to figure out what my next steps are. So how do I fix this? How do I get off the roller coaster of chaos? And then when we come back on Monday for our final day, it's where do I go from here? I know how I got into this predicament. I know how to get out of this predicament, but what are my first action steps to start doing the work of unlocking total freedom from my business? Okay. And then of course, I have some amazing prizes for you guys. I have 3 incredible prizes for one lucky person who watches the replays or is here with us live. I'm going to give you all of the information on how to win the giveaway at the end of day 3. But if you're registered, you might get a sneak peek on how to enter to win and what you need to do to qualify to win. But the amazing prizes are a masterclass bundle deal. So just like I'm doing this challenge, and it's going to be 3 days, I've done tons of challenges in the past. So it's a bundle of past challenges that help you bolster other facets of your business. I'm also going to give you guys the business terms cheat sheet. This is a brand new product that I've created. It is a list of topics and a list of terms that every CEO needs to run their business well. And so you don't get swept up in the corporate jargon when people are throwing things out like KPIs and conversion rates and churn rates and burn rates, and you're sitting there like, I don't know what any of this stuff means. It is a glossary of terms to get you on the same page of where you should be as a CEO. And then, of course, you get a 45-minute strategy session with your girl expert, Ange, so that we can go through everything in your business one-on-one, and we can start to set up some of those strategies for your success. I'm going to ask you guys the final questions. You have to answer the final questions for the giveaway on day 3 under the day 3 post in the Facebook group. So if you are here on Instagram, make sure you register, join us in the Facebook group, because that is where I'm going to announce the winners. And the winners will be announced on Tuesday, May 30th at the end of the replay schedule on the All Access page. So again, if you're joining us here on Instagram, register, even if it's just so you have access to the replays and more time to enter to win the contest. And I want to make sure that you know that there's visuals going on in the Facebook group. Make sure that you know that we are talking in the Facebook group. I got some flames coming from my friends over here in the Facebook group. So if you want to be in that room with those interactive people, register now. I'm going to give you guys 2 minutes so I can go in and look, see if anybody is trying to get in, let everybody in. And then we're going to get into today's content, okay? We are going to start diving deeply into what we're here to talk about today, which is how to conquer chaos, all right? All right. So at the very end of this challenge, you are going to walk away with a clear understanding of what causes chaos and overwhelm in your business. You are going to walk away with the tools you need to manage your business well and eliminate overwhelm and anxiety for good. It's not going to be we eliminated it this week, but it's going to come back during Christmas season. It's not going to be we eliminated it this week, but it's going to come back during Black Friday sales. You are going to learn how to tackle this chaos and confusion once and for all. And you are going to have a clear path to doing so with just 2 hours a week of your time. So everything that I teach you is not meant to inundate you or make you more stressed out. It is meant to make your lives easier. And it's going to be in as little as 2 hours time from you. Okay. Okay. Now, make sure everything's going how it's supposed to be going. Okay. Today, we are talking about how did I get here? How did I get here? What actions or practices led me to getting on this roller coaster of chaos in the first place? How am I functioning like a clout CEO versus an effective entrepreneur? What am I doing wrong that is leading me to get these results? So if you are ready to jump into day 1, hit me with a number 1, and I'm going to give you all of the information that you need to move forward. Hit me with a number 1, okay? A number 1. And I will know that you guys are ready to receive all of this thing, okay? Excuse my nose. If you've been here with me a while, you know my allergies are outrageous. Hit me with a number 1 so I know you guys are ready to go. I'm burning. Oh my gosh, it's so hot up here. If you see me chugging this water, it's because it's hot in here. Okay. Let me see my number ones. All right. Number 1s, how did I get here going beyond the clout CEO to the effective entrepreneur? So this is what it feels like to be on the roller coaster of chaos if you're functioning by accident, right? It's not on purpose, as a clout CEO. What it feels like to be on the roller coaster of chaos is number 1, you are working 20-hour days. You are not doing anything fun in your life. So no leisure, no fun activities, no pouring back into your own cup. You are sacrificing your personal life for the grind. That's symptom number 1 of being on the roller coaster of chaos. Number 2 is believing you need to be it all, do it all, and wear every hat because you are a solopreneur or your team is small. Okay? Number 3 is spending hours of your time thinking about what to do and everything that needs to get done and everything that you have to tackle, everything that's on your plate, instead of actually working, because everything is a priority and everything falls on you, right? So you're spending all of your time thinking instead of doing. Symptom number 4 is spending thousands of dollars on borrowed strategies or hired help, hoping and praying that that's going to be the thing that alleviates the pressure in your business. But then you end up finding out that it takes more time to set up those strategies or to train that person than it would have to just do the work that you had in the first place. Okay? Symptom number 5 is struggling between the pull of your body and your mind, telling you that you're tired and that you need rest and you need to take a break. And the conviction that your mission is more important than your body, right? You're telling yourself, I know I'm getting tired. I know I'm reaching burnout, but I have a mission. I have a purpose. I have a task to accomplish. And if I don't do this work, who's going to do it? So you're fighting that battle. You're constantly fighting that battle. And then symptom number 3 is that you are constantly going back and forth between working nonstop. So you are going above and beyond. You are recording 16 videos at a time. You are knocking out 3 weeks worth of tasks all in one day. You are doing all of these things. You're toggling between overworking and burnout because you can't find the balance of doing what you need to do without sacrificing yourself in the process. Okay? Do any of those things resonate with you guys? Any of those things? Let me know which number. I'll go through them one more time and let me know which number is standing out for you. So number 1 is working 20-hour days, giving up all your fun and all your leisure activities and sacrificing your personal life for the grind. That's number 1. So raise your hand or put a number 1 if you feel number 1. Number 2 is believing you need to do it all, be it all, and wear every hat because you're a solopreneur or you have a small team. So hit me with a 2 if you feel number 2. Number 3 is spending all of your time thinking instead of spending your time doing because everything is a priority and everything is on your plate. Hit me with a number 3 if that's how you feel. Number 4 is spending thousands of dollars on borrowed strategies or hired help only to find out that implementing those strategies or training that person is taking longer than it would have to just do it yourself. Hit me with a number 4 if that's you. Number 5 is struggling between knowing you need to rest. Your body is telling you to rest. You are tired, but you have this thing you need to get done. So you're pushing through and doing it anyway, even if it means sacrificing your mental health and your peace. You feel 5, hit me with a 5. And number 6 is constantly going back and forth between overworking, and then hitting burnout and underworking and feeling like you have to do more because you hit that burnout. So now you're overworking again. So number 6 is really that cycle of overwork, crash, underwork, overwork, crash, underwork. So, okay, I see number 3, I see number 2, I see number 2. And you guys are not alone, right? I will say that when I first got started in business, I was a number 1. I am still a number 5 to this day, even with the stuff I have set up. And then number 3 is what happens when I really get to that point of anxiety and stress. So all of us are saying that we're feeling these symptoms, right? We are understanding that this is not a solitary experience. Other people in business are feeling these same things, right? But the truth is that none of this is true. You don't have to function in any of this. And so if you're feeling this, you are definitely on the roller coaster of chaos. So let me go through the cycle of the roller coaster of chaos. If you haven't seen the visual, it's on my Instagram page. I have it live for you in the Facebook group. So go look at it. But so you are taking on too much work. Because you've taken on too much work for you to actually handle, you are dropping the ball on a project or a goal and you're feeling guilty about it. Then you're thinking about, okay, well, I dropped the ball on this. Should I take some time off to rest or should I just keep going? And you convince yourself to push through, even though your body is screaming at you to stop. So you push through, you push through, and you push through, and you push through, and your body forces you to stop. So eventually you hit that wall of burnout, you get sick, you sleep through meetings by accident, you lose weight that you shouldn't have lost, you just feel this overwhelming anxiety that you have to take a step back from. And so you slow down and you slowly ease your way back into doing that work. But because you took so much time off and you were forced to take time off, you didn't plan for taking time off, now you feel like you're not doing enough. You're missing more deadlines. You're missing more goals. You're missing more projects. So then you're taking on more work to catch up from that. You say yes to everything, and the cycle starts itself back over again. And staying in that cycle of chaos and confusion is how you end up burning yourself out entirely. So I want you guys to just take a moment and recognize if that's what you feel right now. So, and if that is what you feel, if you feel like you're on the roller coaster of chaos, what are some feelings that come up for you, are some things that you tell yourself as a result? So I'll be honest and I'll be transparent with you guys. When I feel myself on this roller coaster of chaos, I am often saying, God, I know you didn't call me out of working to do this. I say, God, I know you didn't have me give up my 9 to 5 to do this entrepreneurship work, to feel this anxiety. I know you didn't call me out of that for this. What are some of the things that you tell yourself, or some of the things that come up for you when you realize you're on the coaster of chaos? And again, if you're a visual person, join us in the Facebook group. We got a PowerPoint going on there. It's a popping PowerPoint if I say so myself. What are some of those feelings that come up for you? Okay. Stress. Stress is one of those feelings. Disappointment. Disappointment is one of those feelings. Throw it away. Throw the whole business away. Just throw the whole thing away. And that one is the one that happens most frequently. I'm so glad you said that. I shared these statistics on my Monday Night Live, and I'm going to share them again. 34% of businesses are started because people want to have a greater impact on the world. So they say, there's more to life than my 9 to 5. I'm called for more. I know that I have this mission. I'm going to do it. But 5% of businesses fail because of business owner burnout. That means that even though those people were getting started because of a greater cause, that greater cause wasn't worth all of this feeling. It wasn't worth the coaster of chaos, right? And so people are saying, get somebody else to do it, throw the whole business away, why bother? And actually quitting and giving up. 51% of businesses don't make it past their first 5 years, right? And these statistics are shocking to me, because if we're saying that these people are starting businesses to change the world and half of them don't make it past 5 years, how is the world then impacted for the worse? What are we leaving on the table that could be changing society, changing perspectives, changing people's lives because it got too hard, or because we were missing things that could have made it easier? Okay. And so there are some contributing factors that lead you to getting here. I don't want you to think this is your fault, because you are almost set up to fail, right? The current marketplace of online businesses and new businesses is oversaturated with trainings on how to start, trainings on how to grow, trainings on how to get clients, trainings on how to do all of those things, but no trainings on how to actually manage the business once it's up and running, right? The current marketplace is flooded with how to set up your LLC, how to create, these side hustles that lead to thousands of dollars a week, how to find the high ticket clients, how to have over 100 people signing up in under 48 hours, how to become the VIP millionaire, how to grow your business, how to become a pro, 0 to pro, right? So many trainings, so many classes, so much content out there on how to start a business the easy way. But how many of y'all know the easy way is rarely the best way? Rarely. And these are the things that I call clout strategies. And it's not that the people who are giving them are inherently focused on clout. It's that the sexy stuff is what sells, even if it's surface level, right? So you have all these business owners out there, like, here's how to make reels, how to batch content your reels so you can have a greater audience reach. Here's how to style yourself so that you stand out as a girl boss. Here's how to promote your podcast so that you get 10 million downloads. Here's how to get the people coming to your restaurant. But they're not telling you the things that you need to do to actually manage that stuff well. So you end up focused on things like how to legally file for your company. How to build an LLC videos are there out there right now, right? What do you do after that, right? It's how to get $250,000 in business funding and business credit cards. Then what, right? It's how to get followers and how to grow your audience and how to convert those followers to leads and how to close the sale. And a lot of this stuff that is missing is what happens after you reach that peak. So don't get me wrong. These are all things that you need to know. You need to know how to grow your audience. You need to know how to scale your business. You need to know how to get funding. But what happens to your business after you get all of that, right? They are focused on the wealth creation aspect. But how important is wealth creation and financial freedom if you don't have the time freedom to actually enjoy it? Right? So, I wouldn't be me if I didn't put a little Bible on it. This is the verse that comes to mind. It is the founding principle that I created this company around. It is Luke 14:28-30, and it says, suppose one of you wants to build a tower. Won't you first sit down and estimate the cost to see if you have enough money to complete it? For if you lay the foundation and you are not able to finish it, everyone who sees it will ridicule you, saying, this person began to build, but wasn't able to finish. I don't know about you, but that is my biggest fear in starting this business. My biggest fear in this entrepreneurship journey was that I sat down, I was ready to do the work, but I didn't calculate the cost properly to finish well. If I don't hear well done, my good and faithful servant from this business, I ain't do something right. Okay? I did not do something right. Yes, it is one of my personal favorite money scriptures too. It is the leading scripture that I use to run this business. Sit down and calculate the cost. There are so many people telling you, start the business, start the business. Here's the fastest side hustle you can do in 2023. Here is the best side hustle to start to make some passive income in your business. But they're not telling you how to maintain them in a sustainable way to grow your businesses in a way that gives you freedom instead of takes your freedom. Okay. So then the question comes up, then what? Okay. I found the clients. I got the people coming in. I know how to get funding. But then what? How do I manage everything that's been placed in my hand, right? Because what happens is you'll start to get on that roller coaster of chaos, right? You'll start to feel the wheel turning. You'll start to feel like you're taking on too much work. And you'll fall back on those strategies that you learned from the clout CEOs, those clout strategies. You'll fall back on, okay, well, maybe I'll just get some more sales so that I can hire help. You're not actually equipped to train that help to help you. You'll fall back on the, oh, okay, well, I'll just invest in a new mentor, but that new mentor doesn't have the capacity to help you at the level that you need. You'll fall back on those performative tasks that make you look like you're doing good in business instead of actually doing good in business. I don't want to just look good. I want to be good, baby. Like it's about more than coming on the internet, getting all of these followers, selling a couple ebooks, and then 2 years from now, you have to sell your company and start a new one because it couldn't last. It is about laying the foundation for what God has given you, planting your roots deep on good and solid soil so that whatever He gives you, the fruit of your labors can grow and grow continuously for generational wealth, for financial freedom, for time freedom, right? You're not building a business to be a slave to that business. You're building a business for freedom. If you wanted all that stuff, you could have stayed at the job you were at. You could have kept the job, right? It would have been easy to just keep the job. But you started a business for a reason, and I want to make sure that you see that reason through. So here's how I got started in this business in the first place. If you're on Facebook, you can see this was my schedule. My schedule when I worked at the last place that I worked before I started this business. This was what any single given day of my work looks like. I had 46 tasks every single day that all had to get done. Everything was a priority. Everything was a fire drill. And mind you, I was assistant level. I wasn't even a senior level anything. I was almost entry level, right? I had been there for 3 or 4 years, but my workload looked as if I was the CEO, right? And so I find it that when people are in small and nonprofit teams, everybody is wearing 3 to 5 hats all at the same time. Everybody is building the plane as we're flying it. So you're not really sitting down to make sure that the strategies are in place. You're just going and hoping for the best and fixing it along the way. There's chaos, confusion, and unmet goals everywhere. You have outrageous workloads like this one, like mine, right? Outrageous workloads. People are so dead set on the mission that they are willing to sacrifice themselves to get it all done. And it doesn't have to be this way. I serve a God of abundance. I serve a God of fruit. I serve a God of peace, not of confusion. And so if we know that God is a God of peace and a God of confusion, why would we tell ourselves that as nonprofits and as servant-based businesses that we have to be in chaos and that we have to be confused, right? I don't know how many times I've heard that nonprofits and mission-based and Christian businesses are always a mess. Not according to my God. And if I have to sacrifice everything that I have to teach you guys this lesson, I will. My life's work is to teach you that you can embrace the and in life. And so I have my bio and all this stuff in here just so you can see it. I'm not going to go through my bio now, but I will upload the slides to the Facebook group so that whoever is in the Facebook group, if you're there, you can see all of the slides from the PowerPoint that we're going through on Facebook. But I want you to know that this is what I'm dedicating my life to doing. To letting Christian business owners know, to letting spirit-driven business owners know, to letting impact-driven business owners know. You don't have to sacrifice yourself for the grind. You don't have to sacrifice your income for your impact. God can unlock all of the doors to everything for you. He will not make you choose, because if I serve a God who can do all things includes helping people. It includes making money. It includes overflow. It includes all of those things. I don't have to choose. Right? My God told me I don't have to choose. And so if you are a person who believes that, then here's what you need to know. There is one missing ingredient that most Christian, nonprofit, impact-driven businesses are missing that allow them to get more done for greater impact as that effective entrepreneur. It is this one thing that allows you to go from that roller coaster of chaos and confusion to feel like you're doing the most. And it takes you to this next level of increasing your capacity without working harder because you're working smarter, of allowing you or always knowing that you are taking the right next step because you are using data to create your decisions. It is mastering your to-do list and focusing in your zone of genius instead of in the weeds. It is operating confidently. And that is a thing that I need more Christian business owners, more spirit-driven, more impact-driven business owners to stand in. It's not just that the worldly businesses have the confidence to stand tall and to be buttoned up and to have the business strategies. No, God allowed us to do that too, right? It is building a team that understands your expectations and exceeds them with ease, right? It's not just that I have this team, but that I'm using them to the best of their ability and that they are meeting my expectations every time. It is knowing that your business is prepared to grow and succeed sustainably. So not just for a little while, forever, in perpetuity. It is taking time off work without constantly worrying that something is going to go wrong, without checking in with your people, without scrolling on your feeds from the beach, trying to make sure your stuff posted properly and did this and did that. And it is taking back full ownership of your life and your business. And there's one thing that allows you to go from the roller coaster of chaos and confusion, right? I lived it. I lived on this roller coaster of chaos and confusion. In my past jobs, in the first few iterations of this business, I was on the verge of a Brittany meltdown almost every day. And I had to recognize that if I wanted to transform my life into something new, where I feel confident in everything that I'm doing, where I can come before you and speak so powerfully about my business practices, about my offers, about all of the things that I'm building and creating, about the success that I've gotten my clients, and about all of the impactful change that I am making in this industry. The one thing that I needed to do that to become this person was simple structure. Simple structure. Intentional plans that maximize the results of your business. Okay? Intentional plans that maximize results in your business. Yes, he is a God of rest. He is a God of rest too. And I am not sacrificing my rest for the grind. Absolutely not. And so if you want to unlock all of those things in your business, you need to put a structure in place, a simple, easy to maintain, easy to follow structure that is tailored to you. Okay? Because here's what is the thing in common about those 51% of businesses that fail that we talked about earlier. Lack of planning is one of the most commonly cited reasons for why businesses fail. Ever, right? You go do your research. I researched this for months, years, right? Go do your research. Every single list of why businesses fail, lack of planning is going to be on there in some iteration. Every single one, whether it's lack of financial planning, lack of business planning, lack of support planning, lack of time planning, lack of market planning, lack of planning is going to be in there. And it's because lack of planning causes confusion, it causes inefficiency, and it causes missed opportunities. So it causes confusion because the left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing. You're overworking, you're doing tasks twice, you're forgetting steps. You're delegating, but forgetting you're delegating, or you're delegating and not delegating well. And the work isn't actually getting done properly. It is inefficient because you are leaking time, energy, and money in processes that aren't optimized to their fullest potential. So you think that you're doing something as fast as it possibly can be done, but really you could have used a system to do it automatically. And you could have used that time that you were using, or that money that you were using, on something else. And it causes missed opportunities because when you are on that chaos of confusion, when something new comes your way, and it is something that is going to make you take on more work, your immediate reaction is going to say, I can't do that right now. Your immediate reaction is going to be, I don't have time for that. Your immediate reaction is going to be, I wish I could, but. So instead of having the opportunities to say, I'm really excited about what my business could do, you're saying there's too much on my plate, I'm too all over the place, and I don't know what I'm doing, right? And lack of planning is the cause of that. And so if you are the person who knows that planning is important, or you're not really sure, here are some of the things that often come up that hold you back, or the things that people say when I say you need a structure, you need a plan. I don't need to plan, it's all in my head. I don't need to plan, it's just me, it's all in my head, I'm cool, right? But the thing is, it's taking up brain space. You're not really evaluating all of the work that it takes to get it done. And it can't be passed on or delegated to anyone else. If everything lives up in your head, how do you hire a team? Everything ends up in your head, how do you onboard a system? You are putting yourself in position to solely rely on you and overwork every single time when that is your belief. Next one is, I'll just buy someone else's strategy and structure. So I'll start the business and I'll take a course, or I'll take a class, and I'll just buy somebody else's and I'll apply it to me. But that often doesn't take on your lifestyle, your preferences, your amount of team, your amount of money, your neural makeup. So whether or not you're neurodivergent or neurotypical, it doesn't take on your socioeconomic status, your race, your audience. You have to account for all of that. And so when you plan with all of those things in mind, you'll get a completely different outcome than if you buy someone else's strategy or structure. The other thing, I don't have time to plan. I hear it all the time. How many of y'all, when I said you needed a structure, your initial reaction was, I don't have time to plan. When am I going to do that? Right? How many? Just raise your hand real quick. Hit me with an emoji, hit me with a heart. If your initial reaction was, I don't have time to plan. Plan for what? Right? Plan for what? But here's the thing. You don't have time because you don't have a plan, right? That's the underlying cause. The root cause of you not having enough time, or feeling like you don't have enough time, is because you're not moving with a plan, okay? And then the one that I'm so excited, all of these we're going to cover, but the one that I'm so excited to cover is I don't know where to start. Advanced planning is a luxury, is one of the things that I hear so often, but it is not. It is a necessity, and we'll talk about it in a second. Advanced planning is a necessity to running your business well, okay? And so that's what we're going to talk about, okay? And so here's the bottom line. Poor planning will lead to the untimely demise of your business. If we know that lack of planning is the number one reason or the most commonly cited reason for why businesses fail, advanced planning is a necessity, right? It is a necessity. It is the one thing that is going to stop your business from failing. Because if you plan ahead, now I'm not saying only plan, you have to continue to execute, right? But planning is going to be the thing that puts you ahead of the game. Now, Brian Tracy said it best. He is an award-winning author. He is a business development coach. He is a world-renowned author, all of these things. He said, every minute you spend planning saves 10 minutes in execution. So you're worried about where to go, how to move. You're feeling like you don't have enough time. So you're moving ahead. You're taking these steps. You're going without taking the stop to make a plan, not knowing that it is costing you 10 times as long to get it done that way. 10 times as long. Okay. Imagine trying to get from one destination to another with no map, somewhere you've never been before. Is it going to be faster to take 5 seconds to put your location in the GPS and get the plan to get there? Or is it going to be faster to try to start driving and figure it out as you go? And that is exactly what is happening in your businesses. You are putting pedal to the metal, taking off driving in any direction, thinking that forward movement is the best kind of movement, not knowing that you're driving the wrong way. And so every minute spent planning saves 10 minutes in execution, because you can take the time to step back, take aim, and then propel yourself forward. I like to call it your arrow season, okay? Your arrow season is when you take the time to pull yourself back, but in pulling yourself back, you allow yourself to set the course. And once you let go and allow yourself to go free, you will hit the straightest, shortest path to your success. And if you are ready to go into your arrow season, there's one thing you need to understand. One important fact that you might be missing that is going to drive this point home, okay? And that is that your purpose is bound by your process. The number of lives that you are able to touch and the customers you are able to serve through your business is directly dependent upon how efficiently you are able to get your work done. The more mess you have, the more stress you have, the less impact you have. And if you are put on this earth to do what God has called you to do, you are meant to do more. You don't have the luxury of not having a process, because for every time you waste time, for every time you waste money, for every time you waste energy, effort, focus, it is a life that is not being changed. It is a person that is not getting served. And it is glory that is not getting back to God. Okay? Your purpose is bound by your process, because the more efficiently you are able to do the work, the more people you are able to bring into your atmosphere, and the more blessings you are able to distribute. Okay? And once you recognize that you cannot serve God's people to the highest of your ability without a clear-cut process, you are going to be in your arrow season. Okay? Structure in your business not only unlocks your arrow season, it not only allows you to hit every person you're supposed to impact, but it helps you reduce waste. It helps you monitor your performance. It helps you provide work standardization. It helps you plan and coordinate things more easily, understand workflow gaps, ensure quality control, increase employee efficiency, and so much more. And on Thursday, we are going to get into day 2, which is, how do I fix this? Okay, Ange, you've convinced me. I know I need a structure. I know I need to put these things in place. How do I do that? What do I do next? So on day 2 on Thursday, we're going to be talking about passive achievement and how to use passive achievement to unlock all of that time freedom and finally get off this coaster of chaos. Okay. So today, let's go over a quick recap of everything that we've learned today. Today, we talked about how the marketplace is flooded with clout CEO strategies that teach you how to start your business, but not run your business, let alone run your business well. We talked about how lack of planning is the most commonly cited reason for why businesses fail. And if you don't want to be among those businesses, you have to do the thing they didn't, which was plan. We talked about how your purpose is bound by your process, right? The amount of lives you are able to touch is directly related to the efficiency that you are using to get your work done. And we talked about how putting simple plans in place will help you reach your goals with more ease and help you impact more lives. Okay. So we covered everything for today. Tomorrow or Thursday, we're going to be talking about passive achievement and how to get off the coaster of chaos. And so now I'm going to give you today's homework. Now, today's homework is also going to be on the all access page. So if you are registered, you will get access to that all access page. And I'm going to send out the replay after today's session is over. But here is today's homework. I'll probably also post it on my stories so that the people on Instagram can grab it too. Your homework today is to evaluate your business structures. Okay. What structures do you currently have in place to manage your business? And it doesn't have to be a convoluted structure. If it's a piece of paper with all my clients' names and phone numbers written on it, that's one option. If it's MailChimp, if it's Google Drive, if it's just what's floating around in my head, whatever you have, write it down. Take full stock of all of the structures that you have in place to manage your business. Step 2 is going to be to write down how much time do you actually spend right now planning versus executing, right? We talked about how for every 1 minute of planning, you save 10 minutes of execution. So how much time are you executing? How much time are you planning? And then your third part of your homework is to look at how long is it taking you to hit your goals and see results. And on day 2, we're going to look at how all of these things correlate. I'm going to give you guys some homework probably in between tomorrow, and it's going to be to listen to a playlist that I created for you guys to reinforce everything that we learned today. But I just need to drive the point home that structure is going to be the difference between your business being a 1-year success and a generational gift. Structure is going to be the thing that separates you from the businesses that fail. Okay. So you have your homework, you have everything that you learned today. Are there any questions? We did real good on time, y'all. Real good on time. I was worried I was going to go over today. Any questions for all of the information that we learned today? I haven't checked in on Facebook in a while. How y'all doing? How are y'all doing on Facebook? Awesome. Awesome. Oh, he is awesome. Ain't he awesome? A God of rest. Thank you. You're welcome, Angela. You are always welcome. Always welcome. Any questions? How to start is the missing link. How to start is the missing link. And so we'll get into it. I'll tell you about my Plan to Excel program. I'll tell you about all of the things to help you set up your structure, your simple structure. That's what we're going to talk about on day 2. And on day 3, I'm going to walk you through what are the missing links so that you know how to get started. Okay. It's not just about the idea of structure. I'm giving you the steps to create that structure in 2 hours per week. So if you're already feeling like there's too much on your plate, all I need is 2 extra hours. Figure out how to move around 2 hours. If you can't figure out those 2 hours, I can't help you. I'm so sorry. Love you with the love of Jesus Christ, but I can't help you. Okay. Day 1 was amazing. Looking forward to the next sessions. I'm so glad that it was amazing for you. I'm so glad that I could be impactful for you guys. I am so glad that you all are learning the things that I was hoping that you would learn. Structure is so important. Structure is so important. Structure is so important. And on day 2, we're going to talk about how to this is the understanding that I want you guys to kind of marinate on, ruminate on as we go into day 2. We have all come to terms and accepted the fact that passive income is an incredible thing. You cannot start a business or you cannot create generational wealth without passive income. But in order for passive income to be truly passive, you need passive achievement. You need to be able to get tasks done passively, or you can't make that money. And so on day 2, we're going to talk about passive achievement, what you need in place for passive achievement, and why it's so important in your business. Okay. All right. If I'm not seeing any more questions, I'm glad today was impactful for you guys. If you are not registered, make sure you go register so that you can get access to the replays, access to the rules for the giveaway, and get entered to win into the giveaway, to get reminders for when we're going live over the next few days. We go live again on Thursday, and we go live next week on Monday to give you guys the time to dive into all of the things that we taught, all of the questions that you might have. Feel free to go through this again. Hop into the Facebook group and ask questions in the Facebook group. I am all for you asking the questions that you need answered in the Facebook group. Please, 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 please do that. So that as you are processing from one day of the sessions to the next, you are not stuck, right? I want to make sure that you guys have everything that you need to move forward at a great pace. So ask the questions, ask the questions, ask the questions. Ask the questions, DM me, whatever you need, ask the questions while we're here live during the challenge, okay? Well, all right, guys, if there are no more questions, let me make sure, answer all these questions, answered all these questions. I'm not seeing any more questions coming on Instagram. Okay. So beautiful to be here with you guys today. I had an amazing time with you. I hope you guys had an amazing time and this was impactful. I will see you guys back here on Thursday, same place, same time. Be beautiful, be blessed. I love you with the love of Jesus Christ. Take care, okay? Bye.